Hi class. Today we are working on Wolf Review Set 1, Slide 4. Problem number 19 is asking you to find the product of 98 and 26. I'm going to do it two ways for you. First way is the algorithm. We call the old-fashioned way. 98 times 26. So remember, giving me a fist, we take our ones times our ones and our ones times our tens. So our ones times our ones, 6 times 8 is 48. Remember to put that little plus sign to remind you. We did our ones times our ones, now our ones times our tens. Count by 9 6 times. 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54. And then 54 plus 4 is 58. Okay. Tic-tac-toe, bring my 0 below. Gets me to my tens. So now we're in our tens place. And we're going to take our tens times our ones, then our tens times our tens. So 2 times 8 is 16. Add the 1. Then our tens times our tens. 9 times 2 is 18. Plus 1 is 19. We add our partial products. Put that 1 up there. 1 plus 9 is 10. 10 plus 5 is 15. 2,548. Okay, now I'm going to do the box method. Whichever way you want to do is completely fine with me. You know that, whatever works best for you. So I'm going to start with 98, 98, and 26, 26. Going down, 20, 20, 6, 6. Going across, 90, 90, 8, 8. Gonna multiply all these. We're gonna do our 0 strategy. Box them, cross them, bring them down. 9 times 2 is 18. Here we go. Box it, cross it, bring it down. 6 times 9 is 54. Got another 0. Box it, cross it, bring it down. 8 times 2 is 16. 6 times 8 is 48. We call these our partial products. So I'm going to start by adding 1,800 and 540 and 160 and 48. When I add that, I've got 0. I know 6 plus 4 is 10, plus 4 is 14. Love to make those tens. Here's another 10. 1 plus 8 plus 1 is 10, plus 5 is 15. And we got the same thing. Same product. Remember, if I would have taken these two and added them, remember, it would have gotten that partial product, which is kind of cool. And if I would have taken these two, I would have gotten that partial product. So either way, our answer is 2,548. Remember, whichever strategy works best for you, I'm totally fine with. Okay, on number 20, it is asking you to find the sum of 4,903 and 9,437. Remember, in the last couple of lessons we've been doing, we think about our sign up on our board, our math sign, where we have sum written like that to remind us that sum means add. So I'm going to take 4,903 plus 9,437. I could have written it the other way. I usually like to put the biggest number on top, but this will be fine. I know 7 plus 3 is a 10. You know how I love to make my tens. 1 plus 3 is 4. Let's use our 9 strategy to add. Remember how we show 4 fingers? 1 less than 4 is 3, so it's 13. I'm making a 10 here. 9 plus 1 is 10. 10 plus 4 is 14. Read this number with me. Remember how we do it. We read this part, that part and that part. Ready? 14,340. I hope you got it correct. All right, moving on. I didn't want to write the whole word problem, but I will read it. It says, Kate found an orange caterpillar and a green caterpillar in her backyard. The green caterpillar was 2/8 of an inch long, and the orange caterpillar was 1/8 of an inch long. How much longer was the green caterpillar than the orange caterpillar? When we do how much longer, I want you to think how many more, how much longer, and you should be thinking in your head, compare, subtract. So we're gonna take 2/8 minus 1/8. If our denominator is the same, we keep it the same. And 2 minus 1 is 1. So the green caterpillar, I can't say that word today, green caterpillar is, I was starting to write the problem, is 1/8 inch longer. Make sure that you had your label. Okay, on this one, this is basically saying that you're going to basically take 2/4 and you are going to do a whole number times a unit fraction. Remember, our whole numbers are big and tall. Unit means 1. So all we have to do is we just take the 2 like that. Because if I was going to, that's my whole number 2. If I was going to multiply under every whole number, we can put a 1. Because remember, if I did this and I did 1/1 plus 1/1, our denominator is the same, we keep it the same. Numerators add, that's 2 over 1, which is 2 wholes, okay? So when we multiply, we take our numerator times our numerator and our denominator times our denominator. So we start back with our original. So our answer is our whole number 2. Okay, we're gonna multiply on the next one. So what I just talked to you about, under every whole number, we can put a 1. I explained just why, but I will do it again. If I take 5 of these, and remember 1/1, 1 whole. Remember if this was like 8/8, 1 whole. Okay, that's 3, that's 4, that's 5. Our denominator is the same, we keep it the same, we add 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 over 1 is still 5 wholes. Okay, that's why. So now we take our numerator times our numerator. 1 times 5 is 5. And our denominator times our denominator. 4 times 1 is 4. Now I'm hoping you're thinking something about that. I'm hoping you're realizing that, oh, that is an improper fraction. Let's make it proper. So if you just did 5/4, totally great, 100%. But let's make this proper. Who remembers what this line reminds us of? It reminds us of division. So we take 5 divided by 4. When I do that, it goes in once. I subtract and I get a remainder 1. And now, Ms. Scratch has that saying where we say our quotient is our whole number, nice and big. Our remainder is our numerator, and our denominator stays the same. But we also remember that just recently, I think it was Mrs. Feelhauer's class that taught us that if you just go straight across, so you put the 1, then the 1, and denominator stays the same. So just moving from left to right. So for example, let's say I had, so real quick, our answer is 1 1/4. But let's say I had, 2, and I had 33, okay? And we knew that I went in, and then we brought down. If I was gonna do that, and we're gonna use the strategy of Mrs. Feelhauer's, we're gonna go straight across. That would be 16 wholes then we'd have our 1. So 16 moving to the right, a 1, and our denominator stays the same. So this right here was just another example to show you how to do Mrs. Vealhara strategy, which you do not have to do. Okay, so our last one says Tori made 20 sandwiches. 5/10 were PB&J. How many peanut butter and jelly sandwiches did Tori make? So you're trying to figure out of 20, how many were peanut butter and jelly? And if 5/10 of them were peanut butter and jelly, then you need to think, okay, what do you know about 5/10? Now remember, when we do fractions, we've been doing a lot about thinking about what. We've been looking at 4 halves. That really helps us when we compare fractions. It really helps us when we do problems like this too. Half of 10, I'm out of it this morning. Half of 10 is 5. So 5/10 equals 1/2. Well, what's half of 20? 10. 10 peanut butter and jelly. But if we were going to do the math part and not just the, oh, I understand this type of thing, we would take 5/10 times 20. Remember, put it over 1. This would equal 100. 10 times 1 is 10. Use your strategy that I've taught you. If you have zeros, whatever you do to the bottom, you do to the top. So that's 10 over 1, which we know is 10 wholes. That's the math way to do it. Don't forget your label, peanut butter and jelly. Okay, hope you enjoyed this lesson.